Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. Okay, as you know, I'm currently traveling and therefore I was not able to cover this story as quick as I wanted to, even though it is just a story that has broken. I just want to let you know that I was fully planning on covering this. It just took me a couple days to get a setup and I had things organized on the trip. But I want to come on here and talk about what is currently going on in the internet. And there's a lot actually going on, and it involves Ava Kris Tyson, who was a member of the Mr. Beast videos, who recently came out as trans. And that actually is a big reason that I've been trying to compile everything I'm finding, because the main things I'm seeing on this are people just using this as an excuse to be transphobic, or in turn call people in the LGBTQ plus community groomers and predators. And that has been something that has just been really irritating to watch unfold. But basically, Ava Kris Tyson, again, a member of the Mr. Beast videos, has stepped down from the videos because there are a lot of allegations that have came out against her. And again, I just want to put it out there that regardless of what your opinions are on someone, one person does not dictate an entire community of people. So if I do see people in the comments down below spreading literally just hate speech about trans people, queer people, you will be immediately blocked because it's unacceptable. And again, one person or a person's actions does not reflect an entire community of people. And I wanted to say that at the top of the video. But we are going to dive into everything that has been happening. So let's start here. So this tweet from Drama Alert. Kris Tyson Ava Kris Tyson. So I'm just going to say Ava. Ava from Mr. Beast is being accused of talking to minors. 2 videos over the last 30 days outline an alleged sexually inappropriate relationship with a minor that started with the minor at the age of 13, with plans to meet up with the same minor at age 16. Kris Tyson, who goes by Ava Kris Tyson, has yet to respond to the allegations. Now, Ava has responded to them, so let's read this and then let's get into everything so that people say I'm not putting both sides out there whenever I think that automatically there's a lot to go through here that is very bad, that deserves to be called out and needs to be called out. So Ava Kris Tyson wrote, "I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it has hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best that I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. I want to add, I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations at Lava GS has vocally supported that they are false. Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. To lump these 2 factors together to create a narrative that my behavior extended beyond bad, edgy jokes is disgusting and did not happen. In past years, I've learned that my old humor is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. I don't want these accusations to impact the hundreds of people who work at Mr. Beast, which is why I have stepped away." Okay, so let's get to this first video, right? We're going to go through all of this together.
This ain't true. And this screenshot is Kris Tyson talking one-on-one with him. And at this point, he would have been 16. And here we go. Here is the picture of them meeting up together. I'm gonna censor his face. And as you can see right there, there's Carl right there. There's Kris Tyson right there. Kris Tyson was talking to this guy since he was 13. Kris Tyson was in college. And of course, the moment he was able to drive, he takes a camper van out in the middle of the woods, which, by the way, a very secluded area. Let me talk about that. Anytime that someone is taking a camper van somewhere, bringing it out in the desert or in the middle of the woods, it's very unnecessary, because there's RV parks, there's the Walmart parking lot, there's plenty of areas you can go instead of going to a place that's very unfamiliar to you to camp out there, especially in a secluded area So the real question is, if he was talking to Kris Tyson, who is interested in both men and women, since he was 13 years old and Kris Tyson was in college, why did he take a camper van out to see him and take it out in the middle of the woods in this secluded area? And then he met up with him like 2 days later, like the picture was posted.
Okay, so that's the first video, and then we go on, and it is a tweet from Ava, but not $5, pathetic, JK, and then Lava GS says, wait till my Twitch revenue comes in, and then we see the photos right here. Okay, and then there is another one, Kris Tyson allegedly joking about selling nudes with minors, according to YouTuber, again, Ava Kris Tyson.
This guy is that young, and you've been talking to him one-on-one online, and you've been socializing with him and making friends. What is this comment supposed to mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that you're telling him that he needs to donate $5 so you can release your nudes or whatever, and you sent him a kissy face. Now, granted, you could say that this is a joke or whatever, this is bro talk, but keep in mind, this is with someone who's 14, and this is someone who's in college talking to like someone that isn't even in high school yet, really, or if he was in high school, he just joined it. Oh boy, because what I'm seeing here is he says, wait till my Twitch revenue comes in, winky face. So you're sending kissy faces, he's sending you a winky face. And the premise is you're trying to give him enough money so you can get his nudes. Already really weird, considering the fact that this is one of your online friends and this massive age difference. And of course, it continues. He says, check again, and he tags you, I think. At least that must be you, or he's tagging you. And of course he says, I posted some fire nudes for you, please no share. And this is someone that you're talking to that is 14 years old, that you know is 14, and at the end of the day, you cannot be talking about topics like this with someone that is this young.
Okay, and then we continue. We see the message from Ava Kris Tyson that says, I posted some fire nudes for you, please no share. After Lava said, check again. Now, the only thing that is, like, really confusing me in all of this is... Okay, so this person, Lava GS, said, these videos are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. Can you please do me a favor and comment on these videos and tell them to stop spreading lies? This situation takes away from children who are actively being exploited every day online. I'm not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos at all. Okay. So, Steven, oh my God, I love Steven. Over the past week, allegations that Ava Kris Tyson groomed a minor have spread all across social media, fueled by anti-trans rhetoric. They caused Tyson to step down from Mr. Beast and Jimmy Donaldson to disavow his former friend. Here's what happened. Okay, I want to go through this. Okay, I'm not subscribing to that. But basically, the former Mr. Beast associate has been accused of sending inappropriate messages to a minor, but according to the individual and those who have worked with him, nothing untoward happened. Lava GS, who first got in contact with Tyson when he was 13, believes he's not a victim, but no longer wishes to be involved with the Mr. Beast creator. Throughout Lava's teenage years, he would talk to Tyson privately on a Discord he made for the creator and publicly on social media. In 2020, Lava would get a job at Beast Gaming with Tyson's help. Lava would call Tyson big boy, dad, sexy, and at one point asked her to be his Valentine. In one reply, Lava asked Tyson about her hentai addiction, and in another wrote, "This is a bad way to hide your hentai." These messages were relatively unknown until a small alt-right YouTuber found the messages on 4chan. After messaging anyone they could think of to spread the story, including EDP445, Charlie Kirk, and Chris Chan, they settled on trying to trick Lava. Pretending to offer an editing job through a friend, the YouTuber set up an interview they recorded without Lava's knowledge. The video went unnoticed until other creators started to, talk about it, pulling in millions of views across platforms. To me, this story has similar beats to what we saw with Colleen Ballinger, who was accused of sending sexually explicit messages to fans and using them for free labor. The power dynamic an influencer has with their own fans is intense and can be misused. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going through this, and I want to pull up what else I have. This is what's really, really, really confusing about all of this is obviously the messages and the tone in which Tyson was talking to this child, which was a child, are incredibly wrong, and they shouldn't have happened in the first place. You should not be having that tongue-in-cheek banter / inappropriate banter, which is what it is, with a fan because you have this huge power dynamic, and that is wrong. However, what's really interesting about this is a story in which the person that everyone is calling a victim is putting their hands up and saying, can people stop calling me a victim? That's not how I look at this. So this is why this is a really confusing one to cover, and the reason I wanted to cover it was because so many people have been messaging me being like, you need to cover this, you need to cover this. And from my standpoint right now, from what I'm seeing, I'm listening to the person that everyone's talking about saying, I need you all to stop calling me a victim because I'm not, or, the phrasing of, I just don't want to be associated. And then I'm seeing this huge community online that is, basically calling Ava Kris Tyson out for grooming. And we have both Ava and the victim, saying that's not what this is. But there's like thousands of people on Twitter that are saying that it is. And obviously it's inappropriate. And you should not be having inappropriate conversations with anyone. Number one, you have a power dynamic with. Number two, a fan of you. Number three, someone that is literally a minor. It is wrong. It is wrong. It feels unethical in a way to cover this story because we have the person who's being talked about being like, can people stop talking about me in this manner? You know what I mean? But I didn't want to not talk about this because everyone's been tagging me in it. And it's like, I just don't know where we go from here because it's like, yes, these messages, hold on, let me put this down a little bit. These messages from Ava Kris Tyson should not have happened. Again, you should not be having like sexual jokes or innuendos with a fan or a 13-year-old or a minor. Like that is completely wrong. It's completely wrong. We have Ava saying, I apologize for the behavior. But the apology from Ava is not great, by the way. It's not great. It's more so focusing on my past edgy humor, which is not great. It's not great. But I do want to be respectful towards the person who's spoken up, saying that that's not how they want to be perceived. Wow, that sun is coming in bright. It's burning my arm. So to me, when I'm seeing the majority of social media talking about this story, I'm seeing it being rooted in deep transphobia and really just putting the tagline of every gay person, every queer person is a groomer, is a pedophile, which is something we just cannot, like, it just never leaves. And it's like people take an inch and run with it. That's not what this is. What I'm saying is Ava Kris Tyson is completely in the wrong and should not have been doing this with this person, Lava GS. But I also want to be respectful of the fact that Lava GS is saying that it's being taken out of context. Or not that it's being taken out of context, but basically that, they don't want the way the media is putting this in context. That doesn't, relate to how they feel. So it's, again, just very interesting. Tyson deserves to be called out for this, 100%. How dare you use your platform to talk to or leverage conversation with fans, specifically ones that are children? What the fuck is wrong with you? Literally, what the fuck is wrong with you? The scary part of this story is just how something like this turns into something that is just hate speech against a community. You know what I mean? Let's say fuck Ava Kris Tyson. Fuck you. That does not apply to every single trans person. That also does not apply to every single queer person. That does not, you know what I mean? That's what's really frustrating about this. And I think as someone who, has had, someone they were a fan of talk to them in an inappropriate way, I also want to clarify as well that there may come a time when Lava GS changes their mind on this and they, look at it when they're a little bit older and they do see more of a problem with it, or maybe they do see themselves as a victim in this, or that maybe they're the way that people are talking about it in context, they agree with it then. It seems that this story has been rushed ahead of the person who it's about wanting it necessarily to be out there, which is really sad for the person Lava GS. That's the only person I care about in this. Fuck Ava Kris Tyson. Don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? But it's the person who now has this huge media storm and seemingly didn't even want it in the first place. People have to be allowed to do things on their own time, their own terms, specifically if they were at the hands of someone much older than them talking to them in an inappropriate manner. So, Ava Kris Tyson's apology, terrible. The way that people are covering this story, terrible. It's a really, really, really awful, bad situation. And I wasn't going to not talk about this, and I am going to dive deeper into this, don't you worry. But I did just want to, very, very briefly, from, what I'm seeing right now, give my initial opinion of this, and then I'm going to dive even more deep into this. That's where I'm at with it right now. I needed to make this video because I wanted you to know that I wasn't ignoring it. I wasn't going to not talk about it, but I just kind of want to let you know, unless there's stuff that I'm missing, which I'm willing to put my hands up and say that, let me know. But as a content creator, it feels incredibly disrespectful to make a video about someone's story who seemingly does not even necessarily want it out there anymore. Or right now, I mean. It's unethical. Okay. Ignore that. It's unethical. To me, it is. So let me know your opinion. If I'm missing the entire plot here and there's stuff that I'm not seeing or that I haven't addressed or whatever, please send it to me. I will be the first person to put my hands up and say that. But it just feels incredibly disrespectful that we have the person that is being spoken about literally being like, this is not how I feel, and can people stop making videos on it? So I'm making this to let you know that I'm not just ignoring the topic, but I don't know where to go from here. So I would love you to give me your opinion and your take on this down below. I will see you in my next one, and goodbye.